Hey there, designers. So when's the last time you diagnosed your design journey? That's what I'm saying, but your design business, right? Some of you are at the very beginning of this journey. Some of you are deep into it. And I just want to tell you that if you are not doing monthly assessments on your design business, you are doing yourself a disservice. So what do I do when I diagnose myself? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to the Design Suite landing page. Why? Because on that page, I have a test, a video that I do. And actually, I'm wearing the same shirt that I am in this YouTube video or on this podcast episode. I guess you can't see it. But what you'll see is that I talk about in that 6 ways that you can diagnose if you are struggling in your design business. Now, most of us know we're struggling. If we're struggling, most of us know if our design business is healthy and strong. And those of us that are very smart are paying attention to the cycles and seasons in our design business. So we understand when there's a low, it might not be due to our design work, but to the actual season that things are going in. At the time of recording this, we're in the low season because it's summer, right? But I expect sales to pick up here in in August and September as we get into holiday season, right? So as long as I'm doing a diagnosis like that, so what do I do? Generally, I start by looking at all the sales of all the different shops I'm in. For me, it's a fabric manufacturer. So like any manufacturers you're working with. So I kind of look at them all on a spreadsheet. I'll just kind of see which of them are making money, what they're doing. And then I'll kind of assess it to what I was doing the previous couple of months. Is it down? Is it up? Are some shops doing better, right? And so when you see those different numbers, what will happen is you get to really assess, is your business healthy or not, right? Now, most of us feel it when things are low, but very often we're not paying attention when things are high. We're excited and we're like, oh, we're making more money. But is it the same as last October? I'm thinking about one of my shops. It seems like every October I have this huge spike, right? And actually almost every April I have a huge spike. So I've come to expect in those 2 months a huge spike. Now, if something is off, if something is lower, you know what I do? I'm kind of like, what's going on, right? I put a question mark next to it. That's lower than usual, right? And so once I kind of see whether something is higher or lower and kind of evaluate it against what's happening on another shop or previous months, it gives me some ideas and insights of what I should be doing. Now, so many of you are always asking about what is trending, which shops are doing well. Okay, these are things we talk about in Design Suite, right? Because Design Suite is a place where we're talking about the different shops. I noticed one of my shops has not been selling very well, and I've been directing almost everybody to a different shop, right? But those are things you wouldn't know if you weren't in a program like mine. So one of the things that we like to do is really assess. I know I'm always assessing what's going on with my shops. Where do I see potential? Where do I see money being left on the table? We could be doing more here. And that really helps us so we know what's really going on. So that's all you have to do for a diagnosis. It's really more about say you have 2 shops, you just keep a spreadsheet, like a Google sheet or an Excel sheet. And I just keep track of the numbers. I just see where the numbers are going. Are they going down? Are they going up? What's happening here? Are they getting better? Right? So if you're putting stuff in it consistently and it's getting better, that's a shop you want to keep putting designs in. If you see a shop and it's just kind of always sitting at $300 and you're putting stuff in, I start to evaluate that shop. Is it worth keeping that shop for the amount of money? Now, it depends on the money, right? If I have a shop that does $7,000 a month and it's just staying right there and I'm, adding it, I'm going to keep that shop, right? But at $300, I might not be sure if that's the shop I want, right? Depending on how much you make. If you're a new designer, $300 might be a lot. In fact, it probably is because most designs are 99 cents. So that's pretty healthy little diagnosis there, right? Okay, so if you want to know specifically what you're struggling with, if you want to go check out that diagnosis, it's on my Design Suite landing page. So like this is where we send people once, they've gone to a boot camp. So you can go and look at our program there, but you can ignore all that if you want and just go to the diagnosis video. So it's carinagardnercourses.com/design suite. And suite is spelled SUITE. Okay, so it's not like SWEET. It's suite as in like a suite of products. So SUITE. Okay, so design suite. carinagardnercourses.com/design suite. So if you want to go take that diagnosis, I just tell you to do a check mark if it applies to you. One of the cool things about that diagnosis, and it's going to feel very simple to you, okay, is that if you can identify which things are bothering you the most, which things you're really struggling with, then you can make clarifying decisions to become better in those areas, right? If you're making less than 1,000 in sales, you can be like, what do I have to do to change that, right? So those are things I want you to check out. Really do a healthy diagnosis of your business. If you're brand new to design, this is something I want you to keep in the back of your head for as you create and build a design career, because that will help you. And I just really hope this is a really fun activity for you. Hopefully you're not struggling. Hopefully you're on your way and building something great. And it's really fun to start looking at all the numbers and kind of seeing how you're doing, because you've made it a game for yourself. And I think gamification in design is actually really a good thing, because then it gets exciting when you see a big number come in, or if you see a sale go down, then you can kind of be like, ooh, what should I do? How should I do it? And you really can pay attention to what could work in the future. And that is good marketing, you guys. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining. I will see you soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.